Hey y'all, welcome back. Today, we're going to show you what it looks like when you have a video on your channel blow up and get a lot of views and how that can affect your subscribers and your watch time. And I'll talk you guys through my thought process of that video and maybe why it did well. And maybe you can glean some lessons from that for yourself. So, for those of you starting out who are brand new to YouTube and you haven't really had a breakout video quite yet, this might be illustrative for you to know what to expect if and when it happens. And with that, we'll just jump into the YouTube studio and we'll hit the Google Sheet as well. We can look at our week over week progress. So, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Ty, and on this channel, we do all things YouTube channel growth and monetization. I'm a little over 3 months on YouTube, and I've been tracking my stats and all of my progress as we've been going. So, I'm doing my best to share that on a weekly basis with you guys so that you can learn from another YouTuber. All right, so let's just jump in here. Now, for those of you who've been watching, you'll know that my current subscriber count of 884 is quite a bit higher than the last time we had this conversation. And that's because I had one video on the channel that really took off about a week and a half ago. So as we come into content, we can see all of the different videos that I've posted most recently. You'll notice this one right down here. I tried YouTube for 90 days, and here's what I learned. That one has over 7,000 views, which for my channel is a lot. So super grateful for that, and I'm really encouraged and inspired by all the commentary and all the engagement from everyone out there on this video. But I want you to compare that number of views, the number of comments and likes to all of the other videos that you see here, and that'll help you understand how big of an outlier and an anomaly it was for me. And all of this is to say, again, not to brag or boast, but for those of you out there who maybe haven't had a breakout video yet, this is very much in line for you. It can happen at any moment. And for me, on this particular video, this what I tried YouTube for 90 days, what did I learn? This video for me was completely unscripted. I didn't really plan it. In fact, the title for this video, because I was so, I guess, not motivated to post it, or I didn't really put any effort behind it, the title was going to be, I don't know, 90 days and 25 videos later, like something really boring and lame. It just so happened to be that when I was uploading it, the YouTube Studio vidIQ extension recommended I change the title, and it gave me this: I tried YouTube for 90 days and here's what I learned. So that's how I ended up picking that title for this video. And I think the title is what really helped this get socialized and get a lot of impressions. Now, of course, you have to have a good topic, which I think people are interested in this type of thing. And you have to have a message that connects with people. And maybe that's what happened in this particular video. So all that to say, you can put in a lot of energy and a lot of effort and spend countless hours editing in some of your videos like I have, and they will do okay or they'll do mediocre for your channel. Then you may have a video that wasn't really planned, wasn't really scripted, that you didn't put a ton of effort into. And for whatever reason, because of the messaging, because of the way people connect with that content, it has a lot more traction and a lot more engagement, which gives it more impressions and ultimately more visibility. So, all of that to say, don't count out any video that you post. Be prepared, though, for every video to fail. And if and when something does take off, just feel grateful or try to feel grateful for it and know that it will not last forever. It will peak and then it will drop, at least in most cases. In my case, this video peaked and then it came down considerably. And that's okay. I'll take any viewership or impressions that YouTube wants to give me. But it's sometimes easy to let this success go to your head, but you have to remain grounded and just know that you have to keep showing up every single week with every single video and making sure that you're trying to provide as much value as you possibly can, and just trying to do it in a way that's relatable and authentic and that connects with the target audience that you're trying to work with. So, hopefully, this is helpful. Let's come into our analytics and we'll take a look at the entire channel, snapshot, lifetime. And you can see this spike right here. It literally went straight up, had 3,000 views in a single day. I think this is the day after it posted. And then it literally just fell back down to earth. So that's something you should probably anticipate and expect. So we're at well over 20,000 views on the channel after 90 or 100 days at this point, 1,200 watch time hours, which I'll talk about here in a second, and then our 884 subscribers. If we come into content, we can see the number of impressions, which is at 464,000. Our channel click-through rate is still around 3.2%. And our average view duration did tick up to 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Now, when we come back and we'll go into see more, we'll add in average percentage viewed, which is what I've been looking at a lot lately. But I will show you here just really quickly how this one video, again, has the lion's share of all the impressions on the channel, 128,000 impressions all by itself out of a total of 464,000. And then in terms of the number of subscribers, this one video brought in 223 to my total of 884. And now what might not be reflected here is that people may have seen that video because it was served to them in their browse or their home screen, I should say. They may have watched it and then they may have been fed another video on my channel and watched that one. And maybe that's what prompted them to subscribe. It's that second video. So there may actually be more people who subscribe to the channel based on this one video, and that would be reflected down here in some of these other numbers. Watch time hours, over 500 watch time hours from this one video, which for me, again, is huge because most of my other videos, they only get, 20, 30, in some cases 60 or 50 watch time hours. So this one really helped out considerably in that respect. And watch time hours for me is among the biggest challenges because I'm getting people to subscribe, but they're not really watching the content for that long. And I think that's just a quality issue that I have. And I think with this one particular video, people stayed on this video for about 29% of the time before clicking away. So I would say that's not great, but it's also not terrible. And it was a 15-minute video. So even a third of a 15-minute video is about 5 minutes. So it all adds up in the end. All right, let's come into the Google Sheet and I'll talk to you guys about some of the progress made here week over week. As you've seen in previous weeks, we've had a lot of ups and downs. And I think that's the other lesson that you can draw from this video is that with YouTube, every single week, you're going to see fluctuations in the number of views you have, number of subscribers that you get, watch time, all of that stuff. My best advice would be try not to get stuck in your head about it. And I'll give you a prime example. I talked about this in a previous video. When we look at weeks 11, 12, and 13, I had a really good week 11 at the time, 2,500 views on the channel. When I got to week 12 and when I got to week 13, I started feeling a little bit down on myself because I was regressing, right? I was going backwards, at least it felt like that. And it really demotivated me to not want to post a YouTube Studio monetization video. So I didn't. I skipped. I posted something different. But all that to say, all of that negative self doubt and maybe negative self talk was really all for nothing because I had a really great week 14, 8,500, almost 8,600 views in that 1 week alone, which is almost double what I've done over the last 13 weeks. And then again, watch time hours, 650 for the week, 390 subscribers for the week. It really dwarfs all of the previous weeks combined. So again, I would encourage you guys, don't let the high highs get to your head and make you think you're invincible, but also don't let the low lows make you feel defeated and like you should give up because you definitely shouldn't. And if there's one moral of this story is that you never really know when a video is going to blow up for you and pull in a lot of new viewers onto your channel. So treat each video with your best foot forward. Show up, act in good faith, try to deliver as much value as you can, and experiment too, because the one video that got all these views, like I said, it was very unscripted. I didn't really prepare for it. I was sort of exhausted from having previously recorded two other videos that took between, 10 and 15 hours each to produce. And they did decent for my channel, but they didn't blow up. And I remember being in that week 14 and just being tired and exhausted and not wanting to spend all this time editing. And I was like, what can I do where I don't have to do a ton of editing? And that video is what came out. So you never really know when something is going to work for you or when it's not. You just have to keep trying and experimenting. And some things will stick and some things won't. And that's okay. It's all part of the process. So stay the course, focus on your process, and keep showing up. And that's my message for today. And hopefully this is helpful. I'll close out by just showing you guys we are now at 83 and actually closer to 90% to our 1,000 subscriber target. And we are nearing 30% to our 4,000 watch time hours. And if you've noticed in previous weeks, we were inching along, we were making progress, but it was slow and steady. And now there's that spike over here on watch time, very slow and steady, all single digits for the most part. And then boom, here's that spike. So I'm well aware that this momentum is going to fizzle, and that's okay. That's why I'm going to keep showing up. And I just appreciate you guys for showing up too and for leaving those comments and hitting that like button and doing all the fun stuff. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one.